everyone, and welcome to my attempt to speedrun a band from the nation of Thailand. Oh, the stuff I do for content. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, because, surprisingly, I did.
Unlike the British royal family, not much is known about Thailand's monarchs.
This kinda, is a double-edged sword. In one end, you protect your personal lives. On the other end, this has led to many allegations and, conspiracies pertaining to them. And most of them aren't really that glamorous. Yeah, some of them are quite disturbing when you look at it. And if more information regarding the Thai royal family is released to the public, you can put most of these allegations to rest. However, for some reason they don't do it. Maybe it's tradition, maybe it's the laws, I don't know. Or maybe those allegations are true.
Thanks to strict laws restricting reporting on the Thai royals.
And here I am breaking Thai law. Please don't arrest me.
However, King Rama X isn't a complete mystery.
He's quite infamous in non-Thai circles, to say the least.
From marrying his bodyguard to flying his own plane.
That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. You know how tough it is to fight a jet? I won't personally know it, but from what I've heard, many pilots tend to shit themselves the first time they try.
And throwing a 4-day funeral for his pet poodle.
Okay, yes, think about his pet dog, a poodle in this case. The interesting story is that the dog maintains a military rank. Not just any rank, not like some honorary mascot rank or something like that. It's an Air Chief Marshal, which is the highest rank that anyone could achieve in the Thai Royal Air Force. See, I've had veterans in my family. Okay, they've served in the Indian military because we're Indians, who've never achieved this rank. But then we have a fucking dog achieving that rank. And thing about Fufu is, it's given, how do I put it lightly, it's given some sort of diplomatic immunity. For example, when King Rama X, when he was a prince back then, he took this dog to an ambassador's dinner where the US ambassador was present, and dog was allowed to just walk around on top of tables, eat from anyone's plate. Come on, man. Yeah, maybe I'm just expecting a lot from a guy who claims to come from a royal line, but come on, man.
Here's everything we know about Thailand's eccentric ruler.
Yeah, eccentric is the right word.
King Rama X was born on July 28, 1952. His full name means adorned with jewels.
Okay, thing about the name Rama is that it's not his real name. It's more of a title handed to him once he ascended to the throne.
Or thunderbolts.
And okay, I'm not gonna butcher his name. That's his real name.
He was educated first at a palace school in Bangkok, then prep and boarding schools in the United Kingdom, before completing his overseas education at the Royal Military College at Duntroon.
Okay, that's like every royal family. Like, I've been in the Middle East, and most of the Middle Eastern royal family kids tend to have the same educational background.
Canberra, Australia.
Okay, he was in Australia. Most of the Middle Eastern kids tend to go to UK. The military academy in UK.
After graduating, the prince joined the Thai army.
Okay, yeah, it's similar to every royal family that I've heard of.
He underwent advanced military training, not only in Thailand, but also the UK, US, and Australia, becoming an officer and qualified pilot for both civilian and military aircrafts. According to the BBC, the king...
So he's not just all talk, he can point as well. Yeah, I'm not going to take that away from the man.
The king still flies his own Boeing 737 when he travels overseas. Despite his military training, there were questions of whether the prince was fit to rule. Rumors of gambling, womanizing, and associating with illegal businesses.
Okay, I don't know about the first and third, but the second thing has been well documented. He's a well-known womanizer.
Reportedly plagued the prince's reputation. In 1977, he married his first cousin, but then got involved.
Okay, so for non-Asians, this might seem kind of disgusting, but yeah, I personally find, marrying your cousin kind of disturbing, but it's traditional. I'll just leave it at that.
Involved with a young actress, with whom he had 5 children.
Oh, well, look what we found out. Dude's already, yeah, there's documented womanizing. I'll just leave it at that.
Before the two married in 1994, but just 2 years later, he publicly denounced her and disowned his 4 sons.
What about his first wife? What happened to his cousin?
In 2001, he married his 3rd wife, a lady-in-waiting, but took away her royal title in 2014 and arrested 9 of her relatives, including her parents, on charges
Oh, yeah, okay, I know this. I've heard of the story. Thing about this one, the thing is, he still maintained his first wife as the queen, and his third wife apparently insulted his first wife, which led to this unfortunate event.
Is that they'd abused their connection to him.
Allegedly, okay? All these alleged stories I've heard. I have no confirmation of this.
After his father passed away in October 2016, the prince ascended Thailand's throne and became King Rama X, the 10th monarch of his royal house.
And to be honest, this guy had to fight an upward battle. I'm gonna put it out there. Even if King Rama X was as clean as he can be, he had to fill in some really large shoes. His dad was extremely popular and respected by the Thai public. So yeah, tough life.
In order to allow time for Thailand to mourn his father, he waited 3 years for his coronation. And 3 days before the highly anticipated and lavish affair in May 2019, the king married his fourth wife.
Number 4 already, dude, come on.
The palace had never acknowledged the king's longtime romantic relationship with the woman who helped command his bodyguards before, but now she was his queen. The queen joined the king for his coronation festivities. The procession, which
Okay, maybe the story about the first wife and third wife is inaccurate. I'll just put it on the map.
involved 1,300 people and elephants, took 6.5 hours and reportedly cost the government $31 million.
31 fucking million. That's a ton of money.
The South China Morning Post reported that the king wore a 15-pound crown and was carried on a palanquin by 16 people who changed every 500 meters. Just 2 months later, he made his rumored longtime girlfriend, a major general, his royal noble consort.
I'm just gonna point out that she's way too young to be a major general. Look at her, she doesn't look older than me. She can be a fucking major general, come on. Maybe it's nepotism, or maybe she was extremely talented, but come on, man.
The televised ceremony took place on the king's 67th birthday, with the queen at his side. When the Thai royal palace later published a photo of the king's consort wearing a crop top and piloting a plane, its official website crashed. According to The Times, King Rama X is Thailand's first modern monarch to openly have more than one partner.
Yeah, dude's going back to the Stone Ages when polygamy was a thing.
However, in October 2019, the king stripped his royal noble consort of her title.
Okay, it wasn't between the first wife and third wife. It was between the consort and the fourth wife. Got it. The story I mentioned earlier, by the way.
Citing disloyalty. According to the royal palace's official statement, she was ambitious, her behavior was disrespectful, and she tried to elevate herself to the same state as the queen.
Yes, it's the same story I mentioned earlier. I stand corrected because it wasn't between the third wife and the first wife, rather was between the consort, this major general, and his fourth wife.
The statement also said that the king's consort had attempted to prevent the queen's coronation. The king stripped his former consort of all royal titles and decorations, as well as status in the royal guard and military ranks.
Come on, she's too fucking young to be a major general. Come on. She can be a major general. I mean, she couldn't have risen up the ranks in the traditional way.
Although Thailand is a constitutional monarchy,
in name only,
the king wields much power. He commands an estimated 5,000 troops in the royal guard and has much influence over the wealthy Crown Property Bureau, which provides the palace with an annual income of about $300 million.
300 million. I think that's larger than the British royal family.
Not to mention, as king, he can pretty much do whatever he wants, including naming his pet poodle Fufu an Air Chief Marshal. When Fufu died, the king gave him a 4-day-long Buddhist funeral.
A 4-day-long funeral for a dog? Yeah, I like dogs, as I mentioned earlier. I really like dogs, but a 4-day funeral, you know how much taxpayer money would have been wasted on that crap? Come on, man. You're running a country, not your frat house.
Despite his responsibilities in Thailand, he reportedly spends a large amount of his time at his home in the German state of Bavaria.
Apparently, dude's been jogging around this quaint German town wearing a crop top. There were videos of it that came out, and I don't want to dwell too deep into it, but you guys can Google it.
An avid cyclist, the king has led a number of biking events in Bangkok, but if you see him out, think twice before snapping a picture. When a photo of the king was posted on Facebook, showing him wearing a crop top, he threatened to
Oh yeah, this is the case I was talking about. He was wearing a crop top.
Sue Facebook, saying the images were insulting.
I don't think you can sue Facebook for something someone posted there. I think there's a U.S. law which there's a legal precedent in which Facebook can be held responsible for stuff posted by other people. The person who originally posted it could be held responsible. I mean, could be sued, but Facebook can't. So yeah, this guy just speaking out of his ass.
Thailand's lèse majesté law subjects anyone who defames, insults, or threatens the king, the queen, the heir apparent, or the regent to a jail term of 3 to 15 years.
And given how many times I've insulted them, I guess if I'm caught, I'll get at least 15 years.
The same law allowed the king to imprison his third wife's parents for 2.5 years on charges of royal defamation.
Yeah, to be honest, it's like every guy's wet dream to say the least. Get rid of your in-laws. It's a joke, okay? It's a joke. Don't take it seriously.
Also imprisoned a Thai man for 35 years in 2017.
Okay, guess I might be getting like half a century in a Thai prison right now.
For insulting the monarchy on Facebook. At least 2 people arrested on royal defamation charges have been found dead.
Okay, someone's gonna ask blasphemy in prison, I guess.
Under mysterious circumstances. The United Nations rights body has issued a warning that Thailand's use of lèse majesté might constitute crimes against humanity.
What do you mean by may constitute crimes against humanity? Dude, is crimes against humanity.
The legislation has been in effect since Thailand's first criminal code was created in 1908, and the military-backed government says the law is needed to protect the monarchy.
Dude, what do you need protection from? What, food? Like, you want to protect Fufu and your, I don't know, your 6 or 7 love interests? Come on, man. Seriously. Dude, this is like an insult's wet dream, okay? It's like they have all the women they can bang. They have laws protecting them from anyone criticizing them. Yeah, dude, it's an insult's wet dream. I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm gonna get so fucked up for this, aren't I? Given what I've done, for all intents and purposes, I might be considered a criminal in Thailand and would be banned from ever entering the country again. So, how about giving a like for my troubles? Also, how about subscribing to support this new felon? Anyway, thank you and have a nice day.